Everton's club motto decrees that only the best is good enough. It's a good job that Mike Walker's an ambitious man. He's got a lot to live up to. It's only 6 years since Everton were the best, champions twice in 3 seasons. But Mike has got what he wanted, a club with the will and the wherewithal to back into the very top. There'll be something like £7 million for him to spend with boardroom changes in the offing. And yesterday, he signed up the week's most wanted man. Brett Angel rejoins Everton for a second loan spell, but is set to complete a £500,000 move from Southend this time. Without him, it would have been a mini Everton attack because Paul Rideout is injured. There are recalls today for Andy Hinchcliffe and John Ebrell to a team that's lost its last 5 Premiership games, Everton's worst run for nearly 12 years. Swindon Town have reserved some of their very best football for the very biggest stages, but they've won more friends than points on their travels. Keith Scott, the big centre-forward signed from Wickham in November, is back on duty today. Ward with the shot. We're halfway through the season and Everton have already lost 8 home games, but already there are signs of a fresh start. Barry Horn just a little off balance when he struck the shot, but the combination between Cottee and Angel was instant. Angel to Beagrie. Brilliant play by Peter Beagrie. Still Beagrie. Here's Horn. Jackson. Ward. Space for Jackson. Cottee. Ebrell. Yes! He couldn't have asked for a better start. John Ebrell gives Everton the lead inside 5 minutes. And the Midas touch from Mike Walker. Beautifully worked. Peter Beagrie's meandering run set it all up. And then Jackson found some space ahead of Ward. And Cottee set up Ebrell. And Ebrell picked his spot. It's John Ebrell's first goal since the opening week of the season. And what an opening for Mike Walker. Horn. Ebrell made a little forward run here. It's a corner kick. Nicky Hammond just got a hand on it. But John Ebrell, who has frustrated Everton managers and coaches down the years with his failure really to realise his goal-scoring potential, seems to have found the range today. This is in towards Beagrie. Headed away though by Whitbread. Ward again. Towards Angel this time, but he was taking a ride. Been a frustrating month for Brett Angel. So much speculation and so little football for him. And he's been out of the Southend side since just before Christmas. Really unlucky. Andy much denied by the crossbar. And he really had to wrap his head around that cross from Paul Bowden. He actually had 6 months as an Everton junior, Andy Much, but didn't make the grade at the club. Hinchcliffe. Beagrie. Here's Angel again. Beagrie. Element of surprise, it'll come for Ebrell and for Cottee, and Everton double their money. 3 minutes of the half remaining, and Tony Cottee's 93rd goal for Everton eases some of the worries which were beginning to creep into their play, set up by Ebrell, although it was once again Peter Beagrie with that little step inside and that awkward shot which Nicky Hammond couldn't quite deal with, which caused the trouble. And when Ebrell squared it, Cottee was on hand to slide in what can only be described as a typical Tony Cottee goal. That's his range. Hinchcliffe looking for Cottee. And Taylor's looking for Cottee at the moment. And Cottee, looking for the goal, strikes the bar. And Taylor heads over. Hinchcliffe. Away by Horlock. Now Everton has gone down clutching his face. Everton surrounding Andy Much. And Gerald Ashby has another flashpoint to deal with here. Well, there was an elbow in the face. Now, will Andy Much be out of the game? Yes. And not too many people will have much sympathy for him. He's had a really good game, but that was a really bad moment for him. Good cross of the ball, Nicky Summerby. Moncur! Oh, how often does it happen? The 10 men are back in business. And John Moncur, who scored a beauty at Anfield last month, completes a Mersey double from an excellent cross by Nicky Summerby. And Swindon Town are back in the hunt with 11 minutes of the second half played. Ebrel to Horn. Jackson. Ward. Here goes Ebrel again. Ling concedes the corner. And no question of this game just petering out. Ward will take. Towards Angel. Oh, he'd love to score today. Potty needed to get in a challenge, and here comes Adler. Only Angel ahead of him for the moment. Plenty to his right. Ward. Jackson outside of him. Good breakfast from Everton. Good covering too by Martin Lake. But a great resilience by Swindon. They've got that gap at the bottom back to just 2 points to the next team, and only 4 points to the escape hatch. And Everton have still got a job on their hands here. Headed by Beagrie, shot by Cotty, never got hold of it. Here's Bodin, and that's 2-2. Swindon Town just haven't read the script. Paul Bodin cashing in on a careless piece of play by Ian Snowden, and Swindon Town, since the dismissal of Andy Much, have turned the game around. Six goals this season for Bodin. 2 goals this afternoon for Swindon, and who'd have thought that was possible when Much departed? It's all square. He's every right to be very proud of the way his team have put it themselves again. Ebrel. Beagrie. Caught there by Bennett. In towards Angel. Oh, off the bar and in by Albert. Gary Albert succeeds where Matt Jackson failed, and Everton are back in front. It was Matt Jackson diving in, whose header bounced up against the crossbar, and Gary Ablett, who was on hand to turn it into the unguarded goal. Only his second ever goal for Everton, and I do believe that his first with his right foot, and that's with his unfavoured foot too. And Everton have their noses in front once more in this seesaw match. Horn. Won by Nyholt, and here goes Fjørtoft. Now Summerby. Snowden stretching, Fjørtoft! Well, he still hasn't scored for Swindon Town. And Moore. On towards Cotti. Taylor struggling to get there. Cotti has got there. And that should do it. Tony Cotti makes it 4 for Everton. And should have made it safe for Mike Walker on his big day. Swindon exposed. And Cotti counts is for number 14 of the season for him. And maybe the last blow which Swindon will have to take. Beautiful. Nihal. Fennick. Tackled by Beagrie. 2 against 2 for the moment. Beagrie could go all the way. He is a spectacular player. Here goes Cotti. Hat-trick hunting. Hammond's denied him. It's come for Everall. Well, it would have been a fitting finale for arguably the game's most influential player. Some matador football now from Everton. Swindon are pushing out though. Here's Cotti. Ward's made a run ahead of him. Here goes Mark Ward. Pushed over by Lingwazi. Penalty. Martin Ling, the culprit. Mark Ward forcing his hand. And Everton have a chance to ice the cake for Mike Walker's big party day. Not much doubt about it. Now, Tony Cotti's on a hat-trick, but he's had a miserable time from the spot this season. But Mark Ward's saying, go on, have a go. Why not? He has missed a couple and vowed never to take another. Oh! Hat-trick for Cotti. It just got there. 5-2 to Everton. Would you believe the 6th hat-trick of Tony Cotti's Everton career? Great reception for the hat-trick man, Tony Cotti. I think Mike Walker's pretty pleased with him. And certainly, as Stuart Barlow comes on, the Goodison faithful are very happy with Mike Walker. Snowden. Stuart Barlow, who's very, very quick. In towards Angel, they're almost looking for him. Header on by Everall, it's in by Beagrie. And there's the somersault. All the party tricks now, as Everton bask in the glory of what they may look back upon as a famous day. 3 minutes of stoppage time play from Stuart Barlow's cross. Peter Beagrie scores his first league goal on this ground for over a year. First time they've seen the acrobatics here at Goodison in a league match in that time. Instant results for Mike Walker. Everton's first win since Howard Kendall's last game in charge 5 weeks ago. Overnight success for a new manager hired to restore old winning habits. John Gorman's Swindon made it very awkward for him at times this afternoon. The scoreline doesn't begin to do justice to them. In cold, harsh terms, a valuable win over relegation rivals. But a marvellous day which every Everton fan will treasure, which Mike Walker will look back on with great joy and satisfaction. And in the longer term, Who knows what he can achieve here? The man with the silver hair and the silver tongue has brought his golden touch to Goodison Park today. Everton winners by 6 goals to 2.